Well, voters will decide next Tuesday which of the 4 Democratic candidates will face Governor Scott Walker in the June recall election. And this week, the airwaves will be flooded with political ads.
John Nichols, editor of the Cap Times and contributor to The Nation, has written extensively about funding and spending during political campaigns, and we're glad to have you back with us today.
Welcome.
And in the interest of transparency, everybody knows that you clearly favor the Democrats.
Oh, I didn't say Democrats. I'm just a great big liberal. well stated. But maybe progressive.
Well, let's focus on those candidates then today, since
Sure.
the Democratic primary is a week from tomorrow. And the contribution reports came out today. So how much money has Tom Barrett raised, and how much has Kathleen Falk
He's in the range
raised?
of about, Tom Barrett's in the range of about $750,000. Kathleen Falk's in the range of about $1 million. Relatively comparable figures. What's notable is that the Barrett campaign has been raising money only for the last month, and they appear to be raising money at about 3 times the rate that the Falk campaign has over the last month. So Falk in for a long time, raised $1 million. Barrett in for a much shorter amount of time, but raising very, very fast.
And what does that tell you?
I think there's a lot of enthusiasm for Tom Barrett. He's gotten a lot of the key endorsements. But a lot of Kathleen Falk's support will come not through her own campaign, but through unions that are supporting her. So she's got another backup to the side there. Unions said a few days ago that they plan to spend about $1 million on her behalf in this final period.
So what will determine the winner in the primary, do you think?
You know what will determine the winner? It may not be TV ads. Among Democrats and progressives, there's an incredible passion to take on Scott Walker. And I think that the driving factor will be the sense of who's the strongest candidate. There is a sense that Barrett's done very, very well in collecting endorsements that suggest a strength. He's out today with Herb Kohl campaigning around Wisconsin. By the same token, Kathleen Falk has a lot of the union support, a lot of the environmental group support. That's going to be a lot of grassroots energy. I think it's a real race going into the final stage. But it does appear that Barrett, if we believe the polls, has a bit of an advantage.
Both candidates, Barrett and Falk, have mostly been campaigning anti-Walker.
Yeah.
Are they going to go after each other now in the last week?
No.
Nope.
Not much, and I'll tell you why. There is a code of conduct that is enforced by this great big movement that is developed in opposition to Governor Walker. And it's been very, very clear as I've gone around the state. The one thing people don't want to see is Democrats tear themselves to shreds before they go. You know, they don't want to see a damaged candidate come out of the primary. And so you saw Falk go a little bit. She did a little bit of criticism of Barrett, and I think in a fair zone, but she got a lot of pushback on it. The other day she had a press conference. She was given 3 opportunities to go after Barrett, and she kept pivoting toward Walker.
It's kind of nice to see for a change, isn't it?
Well, you know, it's nice to not feel, you know, kind of like beaten up at the end of a primary process.
Do you think there's any chance that Kathleen Vinehout or Doug LaFollette could pull out a big upset?
Do you know, I would say this. Keep an eye on Kathleen Vinehout's votes in Dane County. She seems to have quite a bit of grassroots support. And also, she does have a district base out in western Wisconsin. Doug LaFollette has that LaFollette name. Both of them will get votes, and it will be significant. Polling suggests they're both behind. But remember, if Kathleen Falk's grassroots support from the unions can really kind of narrow the race with Barrett, those votes that go off to LaFollette and Vinehout could actually be margin of difference here. So all of these races are important. These are 4 credible candidates. Clearly the money advantage, as we're reporting, rests with Barrett and Falk. But Vinehout and LaFollette both have very committed supporters, and they're present through the end of this race without a doubt.
How important is turnout going to be, do you think?
In the primary, I would suggest to you that a lower turnout is probably beneficial to Kathleen Falk, because she has this very committed base of trade union and environmental group supporters. As it goes up, one senses that that's probably a little better for Tom Barrett because he has higher name recognition and has more recently campaigned statewide. So, my sense is there seems to be so much enthusiasm for this race that I think people will turn out. And the only question is, you know, we should also keep conscious that there's some Republicans who may cross over. There are also even some independents and Democrats who might cross over and vote for Arthur Cole Riggs against Scott Walker.
We'll find out next Tuesday.
We sure will.
John, good to see you again.
Thanks, John.
It's a pleasure.
Good to see you.